the rulings of Basmala between two surahs? And when I say Basmala, I mean Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So what is the ruling guiding Basmala between two surahs? That is, you are reciting the Quran and you have gotten to where short surahs are located, like the last chapters of the Quran, where you have the likes of Qul Allahu Ahad, Qul A'udhu Falak, Qul A'udhu Bin-Nas, Idha Ja'a Nasrullah al-Fath, like that. So you found yourself in this area where you will have to be repeating Bismillah. So how are you going to go about it? So we have 4 ways to go about when Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim falls between two surahs. The first 3 are acceptable, while the last one is not. So the 3 most acceptable ways of reciting Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim when found in between two surahs. Number 1, qat'ul jami', like you want to cut the 3, like you want to separate the 3 from one another. And I'm going to be using Surah Al-Falaq, Surah Al-Ikhlas, Qul Huwallah, and also Surah Al-Falaq to drive all my points. So I'll be using the last verse of Surah Al-Ikhlas, and also I'll be using the first verse of Surah Al-Falaq. Okay, so when Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim are found in between these 2, and as well as others too, how are we going to go about it? So the first one, just like I said, qat'ul jami', you cut the 3. For example, وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ, you pause. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ الْفَلَقِ. So that is qat'ul jami', like you are cutting the 3. Then the second acceptable way of reciting Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim in between two surahs is al-waqfu ala akhir as-surah al-munqadiyah wa wasl al-basmala bi awwal al-atiyah. Like you want to stop on the last verse of the first surah, which is the end of Qul Huwallah, while joining basmala with the first verse of the next surah, which is Qul A'udhu Birabbil Falaq. Like you want to stop on the last verse, then you are going to join basmala Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim with the first verse of the next surah. Example, وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim Qul A'udhu bi Rabbil Falaq. While the third acceptable way of reciting Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim in between two surahs is wasl al-jami', like you are joining the 3 together, no pausing, nothing. Example, وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim Qul A'udhu bi Rabbil Falaq. So the last and the unacceptable way of reciting Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim in between two surahs is that when you join the last surah of the first chapter with Bismillah together, to pause on Bismillah while cutting off Bismillah from the first verse of the coming chapter. So you don't want to pause on Bismillah. So it is either you pause before Bismillah or you pause after it, or you join all together. So because that would seem as if Bismillah is the last verse of that chapter you're reciting. So this is unacceptable and it is unauthorized. So you don't want to recite it that way. Okay, and example of that is وَلَمْ يَكُنْ لَهُ كُفُوًا أَحَدٌ بِسْمِ اللَّهِ الرَّحْمَنِ الرَّحِيمِ. You don't take a pause, no. قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ الْفَلَقِ. So by reciting it this way, you have made it seem as if Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim is the last verse of that chapter, which is wrong.